So Tim German, tell me about your car. What is this?
This happens to be a 2017 Hyundai Elantra.
Okay.
I bought from Steel Hyundai down on Kemp Road. I had a 2016, which unfortunately hydroplaned into a guardrail and rode her off.
Oh.
And I liked the Hyundai. It had a lot of safety incorporated into it.
Yep.
So I did some background checking on the upcoming models, and this one here sold me. It had new reinforced structure and frame and whatnot with a good quality steel and whatnot. A lot of airbags, and so yeah, I thought, ultimately it was going to be a safe car for me to travel around in.
So just so we're clear, do you work for Hyundai Canada?
No, I don't.
So what do you do?
I'm a courier.
Okay, so you're driving specifically blood products?
I'm a medical courier.
Medical courier.
Yeah.
So whatever it is they want you to move around.
Pretty much. Predominantly, though, my mainstay is blood products.
And where's your circuit? Where do you deliver to?
I deliver throughout the Maritimes.
Okay.
Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. And I'm what they call a direct drive operator. So
what does that mean?
That means that when a situation arises and there's a need for like a stat product, stat means short turnaround time, and there's a patient in need in one of the 3 provinces, I'm the chosen one that gets to deliver it.
So
it could be at any time of the day or night. Typically, my hours are from 5 till 8 in the morning. That's my shift, 5 days a week. And then I make myself available on the weekend as well.
Right.
So I put a lot of time into it, and I enjoy it immensely. And yeah, it's kept me going for a while. The car is getting me back and forth to help people out, and I'm very proud of my car.
And that's the reason we were put in touch with each other, is because this 7-year-old car-ish has how many kilometers on it?
It has 771,000 kilometers on it as of today.
So you're driving 110,000 kilometers a year-ish?
Pretty much so, between 110, 120. Yeah.
Like 2,000-ish a week?
Pretty much.
So you've basically circumnavigated the world like 19 times?
Going on 20, I would say, by now, yeah.
How do you get now people buy a car and they drive it and they think maybe 100,000, 200, 300,000 is a lot. How do you get 700 and almost 800,000 kilometers on what is essentially a stock car that you could buy off the lot? Yeah, well,
when I first got the car, it was running conventional oil, which I changed out and put synthetic oil in. I maintained the car very well. With putting that many kilometers on per month, I changed the oil monthly, once a month, faithfully. It's had quite a few oil changes now. And I also use some stabilizers and different products, to help, help with the oil and keeping the engine in tune, kind of thing. Changing filters, it's basically high level of maintenance that I incorporate into the car. I mean, it's my work vehicle, so you have to ensure that it's dependable. A lot of lives are at risk in my field, so I want to ensure that I can deliver the product that I deliver to them, in a safe fashion, and get it there, to help people out.
So your dad was a car guy?
My dad taught auto mechanics at Nova Scotia Institute of Technology back in the 60s, when they had flathead engines and stuff like that, and he's a real guru in the mechanic field, right? I still go to him for advice, and he once told me that if you look after your car will look after you. So it was a very wise statement, and I followed his lead on that, and and here I am. So I don't feel that I've done anything unnormal, we'll say. I think most people could get the same amount of mileage if they were to check their oils frequently, and a lot of people don't check their oil enough, I don't think, and you shouldn't let it go down. Make sure it's always topped up, make sure it's clean, and just proper maintenance can go a long way for you. It's a big investment, and we have to ensure that we maintain it properly.
I'm sure over your many hundreds of thousands of kilometers around these regions, you've seen a lot on the roads.
It's unbelievable what I've seen on the roads.
All right, tell me the unbelievable ones first.
Okay, let me see. Well, I've struck a number of animals in the middle of the night per se, kind of unavoidable. One time up in Cape Breton, it was 4 a.m, and a big deer ran out in front of me, and I swerved and I missed him, and I said, "Oh, great, I missed him." And then next thing, bang, there was one beside him, and he come in, he smashed my headlight and my front valance there. I've had 4 front bumper skins put on through different objects that I've struck, not intentionally, of course, but and one time my rear tail skin there blew off on the Confederation Bridge going to Prince Edward Island. It was really windy, and I'd never bumped the back end of the car, at any time. But the wind was gusting that day, and I couldn't believe it. I'm looking in the mirror, and it's bouncing up and down on the deck on the bridge, and I'm like,
not supposed
wow.
to stop.
Yeah, well, I did. I did anyway. I had to retrieve it. I didn't want to leave,
True enough.
leave an obstacle for someone else to run into, right? So I gathered it up, put it in the trunk, and I had to take it, and I got another one, and I put it on myself. But so it becomes quite costly after a while when you're replacing all these types of parts through insurance and whatnot. So I started putting them on myself. And ordering them, through sources over the internet. I'll order one in and try and put it on, save a few bucks myself, right? But there's a lot of animals in the nighttime and in the daytime as well. A lot of deer population around here. I've struck a coyote in Miramichi, some rabbits, raccoons, full gamut of animals, but I really don't enjoy any of that. I love animals, and I really get upset when I hit an animal or a bird or anything like that, right? So yeah.
Do you do your own service work, or do you get someone?
Well, I have a mechanic, a young fella who's a Red Seal mechanic.
Of course.
And I haven't been to him in over 6 months. The car.
So you haven't had to do any real serious repairs in that 780,000 K?
No, it's original engine, and I've changed some brakes, and I've changed struts.
I'm sure some tires.
Oh, I go through at least 2 sets of tires a year, a winter set and a summer set, and I buy them brand new. You got to have good tires, if you,
It's like good shoes.
traveling the distance I travel, you want to have good rubber underneath you, right? Good brakes, of course, stop and power. So I maintain those very well. I replaced one flex pipe on the car, a set of struts and shocks, and a new battery. Other than that, one wheel bearing, and not too much, really.
Not too much at all.
Yeah, so it's been great.
Spent a lot of time in this car.
This is my office.
You have a name for it?
I call her the Dark Angel. She comes out at night most times, and she's off helping people out that are in need for the products that I deliver.
Right.
So I'm happy to do it. It's the best job I've ever had. The folks I work for are some of the nicest people you ever wanted to meet, very caring people. All the technicians and whatnot that I deal with in the hospitals, all great people that put themselves out there to help other people. It's great. It's a great thing.
And in this time when everything costs so much and everything's expensive and new vehicles are expensive, what do you say to people who want to get as much life and value out of their money for a vehicle, one that you have to depend on like you?
Well, ensure that your maintenance is kept up, obviously, like I said, good tires, good rubber, clean fluids, frequently changing your fluids and your filters. You got an air filter, you've got your oil change, your transmission fluids I change quite often. You can also change out your antifreeze and coolant once in a while, right? And just keeping clean fluids overall, like even your brake fluid, hydraulic fluid, right? It becomes, dissipated or dirty after a while. So you want to have clean fluids all the time, and it helps prolong the life of the car.
So you're looking at another one, a replacement. Do you have that in mind?
Well,
Or is this one?
this is my baby right here. I love her to death. I hope she's around for quite a bit longer. If I was to buy another one, I would definitely consider a Hyundai again. I've had great success with them. This is my fourth, and I really love them. The quality of this car, the handling, the rideability, how it's good on fuel, economical. Couple little odds and ends, there's a blind spot here and there that you have to be aware of, but other than that, it's a very dependable car. It's the best car I've ever owned, and I'm smitten with it, really.
And just to be clear, no one's paying you to say this? Did they offer you anything special if you get to $1 million?
Not even a cup of coffee, no.
Well, it is quite the story, and many more safe miles.
Well, thank you very
for on
much,
your
Sheldon.
journey.
It's been a pleasure to speak with you today, and I hope that the audience out there can help themselves keep their car going longer by good maintenance practices and enjoy this lovely weather in their car someday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, safe travels.
Okay, thanks so much.